Anytime.
Oh my God, you can bet on pro wrestling? Yeah, you can at mybookie.ag. Then, when you use the code FIGHTFUL, you get a $50 bonus on your $100 deposit or a $100 bonus on a $200 deposit. If you think you know more than the casual fan, than the average fan about what's going to happen on the upcoming pro wrestling shows, head over to MyBookie. Test your mettle over there. But it's not just pro wrestling, it's UFC. We've covered UFC odds for years here at Fightful, and we are getting them exclusively from MyBookie. Sports all across the world. They have live casino games, table games, slot games, all kinds of stuff at MyBookie. If you haven't checked it out, make sure you do that and use the code FIGHTFUL. Now, we only want you to bet what you can, and please bet responsibly, but use that code FIGHTFUL and get that fantastic bonus and make a little money off something that you might have a little bit of an education on here in pro wrestling.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome in here a little later on a Saturday night as we got 2.5 hours of pro wrestling for the sickos tonight. Rick Ucchino, Cresta the Star, Iridian could not be here tonight, unfortunately, but we are here ready to go to break down AEW Grand Slam Australia. Cresta, it's a little late. I know you and I have been burning the candle at both ends today. I just wrapped up a 3.5 hour radio show not that long ago. F it, we ball. How we doing?
I mean, all things considered, just being tired, but having good wrestling, 10 out of 10. Fuck it, ball up top, ball up top.
Ryan Ben 666 saying Iridian crash out will be classic next week. Yes. Iridian's got some stuff going on tonight, unfortunately, but this would have been a great night to have her here because Wheeler Yuta, all caps, is bald, as we spoke about. That was a really, really fun matchup. Look, this was just, to me, overall, this felt like a pay-per-view quality show.
Yeah.
From top to bottom, from, just going in, you knew it had the makings of being a special show based off the card alone.
I mean, honestly, for a hot minute, I always forget that Grand Slam is not a pay-per-view. Technically, it's not even a premium live event. This is for free. Like, they're just giving us good wrestling for free. I was sports entertained. Guys, don't worry about my voice. I'm normally more hype, but Cresta Star also is tired. We've had a rough day out here in the Cresta Star camp, okay? But no, this was good. Grand Slam tonight was phenomenal. I thought that there would be a little bit more interference, but everything was pretty much clean tonight.
I'm fine with that too. And I'm fine with that. And that started right off the bat. By the way, guys, get your super chats in, get your humper chats in. It's a guaranteed way to get your comment read on the air. We'll read every single one of them before we get out of here tonight. But man, you want to talk about setting the tone, Cresta. Moxley, Takeshita for the Continental Championship. They end up going to a 20-minute time limit draw. Both men are pissed at the end of this, which I loved because obviously Takeshita wanted to win, but Jon Moxley, he didn't want to get the cheap way out. He wanted to beat Takeshita so damn badly, and neither one of these guys was able to put the other away. And you could just see it when they did the 30 seconds at the end of the match, and both guys were sitting in the corner, and they're like, fuck, and they have to like pull each other up and just start punching the crap out of each other, and the crowd's on their feet and losing their minds. The two of these guys have great chemistry with one another. This was, I thought, the perfect way to kick off the show. And honestly, I thought it was the perfect finish because I think it's too early to take the title off of Moxley. You don't want to beat Takeshita. This is why I love the time limit draw. You don't have to do DQs. You don't have to do countouts. You don't have to do bullshit, chicken shit, shenanigans at the end of the match. It's just, hey, on this night, we were both equal. Nobody looks bad in this situation. We can run it back at a later date. You're on mute. You muted.
Everybody on mute. Sometimes, like, I think when you use the tools for you, like you said, DQs and time limit draws, if they're not overdone, when you do it like this, it's like, come on, dude, I need more. I want more. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think it builds intrigue This match was just two men who love to professionally wrestle. And like you said, too, Moxley didn't want to win like that. Moxley was like, I'm ready to go toe to toe. Crucially, he didn't say 5 more minutes. So you was really feeling that. But overall, like, I was very sports entertained. I thought this was a great match. Y'all know I don't like blood. Y'all know I'm soft. But this is leading to a blood and guts or a stadium stampede. And if this is where it has to go and make these stops along the way, the Death Riders and the Don Callis family, say what you want about Don Callis. He's got a lot of good talent. And if this is what it's going to be every week with these two factions, go ahead and put the money in my hand. Please just.
You made a good point, though, about, leaving the audience wanting more. And I think that is a good thing. And a time limit draw, it doesn't, and maybe it's just me, it doesn't ruin the match, where I feel like a DQ finish, especially when it's used as a crutch, or here's so-and-so from this faction, the referee's turned around, here's a low blow. We saw a little bit of that tonight, but if you do it too often, or if you do it on every match, all of a sudden it becomes a crutch and it gets old, and it's like, okay, don't you guys have any other ideas on how? Because sometimes you got to book a match where, hey, look, you don't want either guy to lose. In this situation, you don't have to book somebody to lose. So it leaves me wanting more. I don't feel like I was cheated out of anything. And both of these guys put on an absolute.
Is it me, Jesus? Did we lose Rick?
Oh, I'm here.
There you are. I was like, is it me? There you are.
All right. I thought it was me for a second, or you for a second. Are we good though?
I think we're fine now. I think you're back. Okay. We're back.
Leave off. All right. Anyway, it's fine. It's fine. Get those super chats in. Get your humper chats in, guys. You'll send them in. I'll place them where we get to the point on the card as far as your topic of conversation. We did hear from Tekla and Chris Statlander following the Toxic Spiders' surprising victory on Wednesday. She is the new AEW Women's World Champion. Following that, I know you hate blood, but that brutal, bloody, awesome strap match that they had on Wednesday, Statlander was still bleeding as she was speaking to the producers. It was still dripping down from her forehead. I think it's pretty darn clear, Cresta, these two aren't done with one another. Do we get the third at Revolution?
Maybe, but I think that I don't know. Yes, we do get the third at Revolution. Thekla, I think, is somebody loves Statlander, but I think that we've middled her character so much, and Thekla has a clear-cut direction. And also, in speaking of heels, there's too many cool heels in wrestling, especially with women. Even Ultimo Monet, CEO. I don't want to cheer for Thekla. She's a jerk. She's FTR levels of jerk. And I think that's great, because I think that Statlander's great. And no matter how much they try to tween or muddle her character, she's always kind of beloved, I think, as a woman pillar of AEW. So when you have someone like Thekla, who's just nasty, she's rotted, she's awful. I said, watching this, she reminds me of the guy from Rocky, and they said, he dies, he dies. That's her whole character. She's the worst. Compliment. But there's too many cool heels. And someone like Thekla could really be that nasty, like, damn, I really want you to lose type of girl, but she's really good at her job. So you have to kill her. That is, you have to kill her. But you know what I mean? She's really good at her job. And someone that nasty, that rotted is going to bring out the best in Statlander. I thought that match that match was so good. Yes. And I hated the blood, but I loved the match.
C-Dog got to say, and Chris is still crashing out from Ariana winning the title.
If I could ban you in this chat, I would. I've had it. I have. I've had it.
How many WWE people have now held that TNT Championship? 4 or 5? Anyway, I digress.
Come on, Taz.
We had the Babes of Wrath defeat Megabad to retain the AEW Women's Tag Team Championship. Harley Cameron getting the pinfall victory this time at Grand Slam Australia, so that was good for her. I did like the closing sequence as well, because it looked like Megabad had Harley dead to rights, and then she is able to outmaneuver and outsmart Penelope Ford, get the backslide pinfall victory while Megan Bayne and Willow are on the outside. So, it shows. I thought tonight was a good showcase for Harley and the growth that she has had over the last year. Grand Slam Australia going up against Mercedes last year, and now this year she's coming in as a champion, defending the tag team titles against Megabad. One of these days, Megan and Penelope will be the tag team champions. It wasn't tonight. I thought this was a fun matchup. I think Willow and Harley continue to get better as a team. You can tell they're having a lot of fun putting together their tag team maneuvers. Although that backpack senton drop,
that was great.
That looked like it hurt.
that
hurt my back. Watching Harley get hit with that.
I agree with you. That's up there with the coup de grace. With, ain't no way. Ain't no way. I'm not taking that. What? Listen, respectfully, muscle is heavier than fat. And these are two muscly broads putting on each other's backs and then jumping on somebody. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. But I agree. Harley, and I mean this as such a compliment and as a fan of wrestling, has come so far. And to see her doing her zip zops, a woo wop, wiggling out of stuff where I think maybe a year or two ago, we'd be like, all right, why is she here? She's so much. And you can tell when someone really loves what they do. And she absolutely loves what she does. Besides the backpack senton, which was really freaking nice, it was also nice to see Harley Cameron giving it back to Megan Bayne, because typically Megan Bayne be abusing Harley Cameron in these matches. I'm gonna skip ahead here. Look who it is. It's this guy.
Nothing. We ain't skipping nothing.
Cresta, the way that you said coup de grace gave me a great idea for a new move where you do that stomp to the crotch of someone and it's the coup de grace.
Goodbye.
Am I wrong? Is that not a great idea?
Nia Jax right now. Write that down.
Reason you came in was to drop that one?
I came for some news as well. I've got lots of scoops. I've been told that the live event results, damn, my hair's all jacked up, guys. The live event results is something worth paying attention to. And that live event takes place in like 4 or 5 hours. They're doing a house show momentarily, well, not momentarily, in a few hours as well. But some other things. These are all on FightfulSelect.com, by the way. Please go subscribe. My Q&A show is up today as well. A number of AEW sources that I spoke with, they expected the fuck ice chance tonight, even though it was in Australia. I didn't hear of any major injuries coming out of Grand Slam as of yet. Lena Cross has been signed for quite some time. It looks like, at least as of early December, is when we heard some of the movement there. Also, Jamie Hayter is there. She was scheduled to wrestle at Girl Fight in Kentuckiana this week, New Albany, Indiana. I'll be there tomorrow, but she got pulled. Athena ended up replacing her. Had a lot of people asking about the Iconics and the Inspiration.
Yeah.
Was surprised they weren't here tonight. I do know there have at least been some communication between the two sides. They are firmly out of TNA. People that I spoke to in WWE said that they believe if they were coming in, that they would have come into the Royal Rumble. But I think we can all see Takeshita Moxley is continuing. Everybody I talked to expected Yuta to get his head shaved. They said he was a really good sport about it. Kyle Fletcher had a really great speech at the show as well. Tony Khan had no idea about the Brody WBD rumors until like the afternoon of Thursday. Like he had no clue because he was in the air the whole time. I actually sent him a message to get it verified, obviously. Right. And people at WBD had reached out to myself. I know they had reached out to Rick as well. They reached out to an awful lot of people and were just adamant, like, no, this is not a thing. And
people from WBD don't call me like every day. And when I get that phone call, I pick the damn thing up. All right.
Yeah. And at first they were very much like, well, just so you know, so you don't look like a doofus during this reporting. And then within like an hour, they go, no, we're putting out an official statement. And that is not something they usually do in situations like this. And I'll have people say, oh, well, it's just them trying to blah, blah, blah. I'm like, guys, they didn't say a thing to me about Trey Miguel. They didn't respond at all about that. If they don't want to answer something, they're not going to answer. But Toni vehemently denied it and said, man, he was in a video package. And the people at WBD were like, Brody's going to be on the show Saturday. And naturally, I followed up with, well, everybody thinks you're just going to mute the chants, etc. And they go, well, maybe, but like, what about Wednesday and then Saturday and then Wednesday and Saturday and then all that? What about on pay-per-view? Like, we're not going to always have that luxury, but yeah. The extra in the Andrade Hangman match was an indie worker from Australia. I don't know how to pronounce. Is it Aisha? It's Aysha. She is an indie worker from Australia, though. They did upgrade and move up a bunch of the tickets because they didn't sell like crazy there. So they did end up upgrading that. But a couple other notes: Scorpio Sky, Anthony Bowens. They weren't on this trip because they were doing NBA All-Star Weekend stuff, from what I understand. So there's that as well. But lots of news and notes coming out of all of that. But somebody said, or Miss Kate Fabe says, hefty F-bomb fines. Well, not on cable. They're allowed. They can say whatever they want on cable.
Frick frack?
They can. What is it?
Frick frack, the F word?
They can do that if they want. Sure. Wow.
Wow. Sorry.
You got that A&W Zero Sugar. I respect it. Listen, they don't pay us, but I wish they did. It's delicious.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, no,
it's incredible.
Like,
it's next level.
Sugars,
I can't.
It's the top. Yeah.
We've got an A&W here in Lexington, and I actually went there. And oh my God, when you get it, like when they make it there, that's so good. It's so good.
Fresh, not ginger ale. I'm sorry, I want fresh root beer from the tap, but I'll also take ginger ale from the tap. And sitting next to me.
Listen, Cresta doesn't know about Ale 8, Rick Achino.
What's that?
Have you had a good Ale 8 before? Rick,
I mean,
never had Ale 8?
No.
They cut that off right at the border. That's a Kentucky thing right there. It's known as like the greatest ginger ale on the planet. I'm not a ginger ale guy.
I'm not a big ginger anything.
Me either.
I like redheads. Don't get me wrong. I guess that's the only ginger I
mean, look at you, Rick. Come on now. How self-hate? Not in 2026.
What's funny is my hair is brown and my facial hair is red. I've never understood that.
Okay,
we've got Grippos in our general area. Rick, you at least got Grippos, right?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Oh,
what's Grippos?
Buddy. Grippos chips. Oh my God. It's first off the best regular potato chip you would ever have. And they put this barbecue seasoning that just glistens all over it. It almost shines.
Smother it in that every chip. Oh
yes.
This is a good time to say I don't like barbecue sauce, so please don't.
Oh no.
I'm sorry.
Well, Rick, listen. I've been so strict on my diet the last 2 months, 2.5 months. But oh my God, I was at the store the other day. They've got hot honey barbecue Grippos now. I about fell out. That was it. I was like, I gotta have it. Gotta try it. It is too good.
Finally tapped out.
Oh yeah, it was so good. But I thought that Grand Slam was a pretty good show. I think they should have big major shows like this on TV a little bit more often. I mean, like really hammer it home and say, this is a show that you guys need to tune in on Saturday night and watch. There'll be some commercials, but it's going to be pay-per-view quality. This is what Battle of the Belts should have been.
Oh, dude, why are you bringing up you giving me PTSD by bringing up Battle of the Belts?
Truly.
That's what it should have been.
Yes.
If you guys have questions or statements, send a super chat, Humper Chat for these people. We would greatly. I see people asking in the chat. Send a super chat, Humper Chat. We did have Charlie Evans working a dark match before. I haven't heard anything about her getting signed or anything like that, but they do like to bring in local talent. I mean, we saw Vert Vixen, who was again on Girl Fight this week. She was at the Texas Arlington show or the Arlington Collision shows. Brittany Brooks on some of the Vegas shows as well, as she's from that area, somebody to look out for. But I think we are really hitting a talent war era for young talent right now, because AEW is going out and they're saying, we want Lena Cross, we want Alec Price, we want Jordan Oliver. And you got WWE over the last 2 months it's like a laundry list of people I've been mentioning as top prospects. Eric Ademia, Notorious Mimi, who I got to throw into a wall one time. Like, these are all people that, if not signed, they should already be on the radar. Eric Ademia should already be part of WWE ID. Notorious Mimi should be in NXT right now. There's no reason that she should have even got cut. Yes, indeed. I mean, he looks like $1 million as well, but we're starting to see WWE dip back into the independent pool a little bit more. But I thought a pretty good show tonight, all things considered.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Agree, 100%.
We appreciate you coming in, giving us an update here.
Thanks for the cool wrestling name, Coup de Grace. Good job.
Coup de Grace. How is that not a move? Tony Storm needs to do that.
Well, you're the scoop guy. Send her a text.
here's how. I've got it perfectly set up. You got somebody in the corner. First off, she runs her ass into them, right? And they're just laying there. They're slumped out. She hops up on the second rope, and then she jumps and stomps right there. Got to be somebody with baggy pants to help sell it. Though.
You can make that a tag team move and kind of do it kind of like a 3D kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So
the coup de grace.
So why not do that? Put that with Willow and Harley. I think that would be great for them too.
I'm gonna pitch it. I
want 10%. I don't know what for, but I want 10%.
I'll catch you guys later.
Thank you, Sean.
Bye, Sean. What a nice young man coming in with scoops for you guys for free.
We getting all sorts of stuff for free tonight. We love it. You got to get some Grippos, by the way.
Listen, in New York, that sounds like something completely different. I'm not gonna hold you. I wasn't gonna say that while Sean was here, but Grippo sounds like someone you want to get to know after a salacious night.
So, Sean mentioned her earlier. After the Babes of Wrath retain the tag team titles, we get Lena Cross debuting. Maybe this is a me thing. I did not realize she was as big as she is. She came into the ring and I'm like, is she taller than Megan Bayne? And I'm like, holy shit, she is. That's a get. That's it. Megan Bayne, like, I've seen her in person. First off, she's taller than me, but like, I've seen her. She passes the airport test. All right, let me just say that. As far as women's professional wrestlers are concerned, she passes the airport test. And then you get Lena Cross coming in there, and I'm like, man, you get her, Megan Bayne, throw Chris Statlander in there, do a little.
Where's Camille? Is she still here? Because that would be the perfect fourth person. Just these large women and Penelope Ford going around causing problems like Paul Heyman. I need that. That's meat madness. That's up my absolute cinema.
And I mean that in the best way possible.
Rick, I hope you thought of me, because when I saw these women and I saw how bigly, first of all, to be bigger than Megan Bayne is a feat in and of itself.
Literally.
Come on. What? I love them. And the purple hair, come on now. That all I need is Camille Brick to be there.
I feel there were some times tonight this crowd was just like sitting on their hands a little bit. They were kind of sitting on their hands for that. I'm like, I was expecting a little bigger pop for her from the area, but all right, it's cool. It's fine. Maybe it's because she was aligning herself with the bad girls. Maybe that was part of it. We had Hangman Adam Page defeat Andrade El Idolo to become the #1 contender for the AEW World Championship. He will get his match at AEW Revolution. You heard Sean mention the young lady, the independent talent who was there for the photo op with Andrade. I thought this was a cute opening little bit here. She gives him a kiss. Hangman then hits him with a boot, knocks him down. He asks the same girl if she wants a photo. She kind of reluctantly does it and then offers to give him a kiss. And he's like, no, I'm sorry. I'm married. I'm cool. I'm married, but there's your photo. We're all good. So Hangman being the ultimate gentleman there. This was another one of these matches, much like Moxley and Takeshita, where it's like I didn't end up taking a lot of notes on what was going on in the match, just because I wanted to sit down and enjoy the cinema as it was unfolding in front of me. These two, again, they have great chemistry with one another. And this one, Don Callis does have great talent. You said that at the beginning of the show, Cresta. But sometimes he needs to know when to sit the fuck down.
Agreed.
He cost his boy tonight. He gets up there, distracts who it was, I believe it was Aubrey. Was it Aubrey who was the referee for this match? I can't remember. He gets up there to distract, to let Andrade hit a low blow. The timing on this was perfect. Hangman comes off the buckshot. Andrade swings the leg. Hangman catches it, catches the foot right before it hits the meat and veg. Then he delivers a low blow of his own, ducks out, hits the buckshot lariat. I understand why people would be upset that they didn't ride with the hot hand with Andrade in this one, but at least they did give him a layer of protection. And what I will say is, I'm actually okay with this, because I don't want Andrade getting a world title shot until he's going to win the damn thing.
I agree with that 4,000%. I was upset he didn't win, but that part right there, like, I don't want him to win. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm turning on my heater. It's cold. I'm so sorry. I know it sounds like a little microwave. I'm very well aware of how loud this bad boy is. But, like, I don't want him to win it, because I knew if he won it tonight, he wasn't winning. He was taking a pin, actually.
To be fair, Toni has been very unpredictable with his world title, with all of his championships. Hell, Tommaso Ciampa lost the TNT title after 11 days. So it's like he's been very unpredictable. I didn't think Tekla was winning on Wednesday.
Me either.
So who knows what happens at Revolution? Personally, I don't think MJF is losing it just yet. I don't think he's going to lose it at Revolution. I think Hangman has had his number. So this is a logical story to tell, with MJF finding a way to kind of overcome that personal demon and then finding a way to beat Hangman at Revolution. So I did not mind this finish at all.
Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, too, I think there's a lot more in the Andrade tank. And then maybe this is me fantasy booking, but there's very clearly a Don Callis family split. You get too many people in NWO Wolfpack and NWO Hollywood is an event.
Why is it that's where my mind went to? I'm like, are we getting white and black and red and black here? Are we going to get the Don Callis split? Like, are we going to have Kyle Fletcher and Takeshita like running their own Don Callis group?
I mean, well, there's clearly going to be like Takeshita on one side.
Yeah.
Proto Kata for right now. But I think Kyle Fletcher will end up turncoating. I think Andrade will be in Takeshita's camp. Most of the other people will be in Don Callis's camp. But I think that is honestly the next logical progression. That being said, if you see, in my opinion, there's certain people Don Callis takes care of more than others. And I think that will become an issue with Don Callis interfering with people like Andrade. I would love for a call back to Jose, the assistant. Like, Jose never screwed me like this. Like, you got to do something better than that, you know? So I think that'll eventually come. You'll see like a Mark Davis split, or Mark Davis and Jake Doyle end up going over to Takeshita's side. There's very clearly a schism coming. So in the regards of this match, I feel there's an overarching larger story that culminates with the Don Callis splitting, and this was in service to that.
You put Kyle Fletcher over in that group, they could all wear pink. That could be
honestly, Kyle Fletcher wearing pink, and then tonight, I don't know how to say this without, I know some man somewhere is going to be offended, but I don't care. Kyle Fletcher was giving me whimsy, and then did went out there and be the most violent man I ever did see. So, you know, like, I was here for the whimsy. If you guys are going to be like, he was a fairy. Yeah, pink and black, Don Callis family, pink and black. I'd be here for it, but that means the pink and black brand is going to be the most violent mother lovers you ever did see. And I don't know if our heart could take that.
We did have Toni Storm and Orange Cassidy defeat Wheeler Yuta and Marina Shafir. First off, a couple of notes. Wheeler Yuta wearing Mina Shirakawa's hair as a clip is some savage work. That was really, really well done. I thought the entrance for Orange and Toni was incredible with how they were able to take the color off of their denim outfits and make them look like they were both wearing gray. Yet, I mean, this was straight out of Pleasantville, where they got the gray and white clothes, and then you could still see the pigment in their skin and everything like that. That was just a very, very well done effect that they put on over this. I like this match a lot. Low key, I think it was my favorite of the night. You get Toni taking a Storm Zero from Wheeler Yuta onto some equipment crates. Luther has to carry her off. That leaves Orange Cassidy to take the 2-on-1 disadvantage for a while. He's getting ragdolled around. You got Marina, who starts mocking Orange and Toni by just like literally slow dancing with his limp body. And then that brings Toni back out to make the save, and she is absolutely pissed off, and then she's going off in this match. I thought the closing sequence was great. You get Wheeler hitting the Bizyko knee on Marina on accident. Orange Cassidy jumps to the outside on top of Marina to make sure she is down. Toni hits Wheeler Yuta with a German suplex. Then he gets Orange punched. Then he gets the hip attack. Then he gets the Storm Zero, and it's Toni that pins Yuta. And that means that Wheeler has to get his head shaved. Before we get into the post, what'd you think of the match, Cresta?
First, let me apologize to you and to the chat. Y'all had to lose your Investigator because while it's love in the real world, Mercedes Miaune and her sister are actually having a blood feud right now, and they are fighting in the background. I had to separate them because the match is over. Grand Slam is done, but these two are still, they are in a Texas death match right now. So my apologies. As far as the match is concerned, Wheeler Yuta, you know how to get heat. Damn, I hated you this whole match, man. I hated you this whole match. Coming out with Marina's hair, I knew you was getting shaved because that's diabolical. That's heat, brother. They talked about Yuta's hair being greasy, dirty. I was like, damn, he don't wash his hair? Y'all making it sound like he dead don't wash his hair. Insane.
Do you know how, by the way, real quick, do you know how I knew he was going to get his head shaved in this match?
How?
Is because every bump he took, there was a little extra, just a little extra, one last hair flip. It was just, there was an emphasis on every hair flip that he had as he was hitting. I'm like, that shit's gone.
He was Shawn Michaels selling his hair.
He wanted to feel it flapping in the breeze one last time.
I respect it. If you were going to cut your hair anyway, you might as well get paid for it, This match was fine. It was fun what it was supposed to be. The pile driver from Jump that Yuta gave to Toni Storm, I was like, damn, no matter where you go, you are Dominic Mysterio. We hate you, guy. We hate you, guy. We hate you the most.
Some less similarities between the two now, but yeah.
I mean, in the sense of like, Dominic is just over. We like to boo him. Yuta, you're a scumbag. You're a scumbag, Yuta.
You got one fan. You got one.
You got one fan, and she not here to defend you tonight. So sorry, Utes. Can't wait to see you bald. And when they did shave him, they didn't even give you a proper haircut. You left that arena looking like George Jefferson, the bald at the top and the hair on the sides, and that's what you
like
get.
Hogan.
Who? Hogan when he take off the scarf and he got the hair attached to the scarf. Listen, He can't do nothing to me. He's looking up at me right now. He can't get me.
So, Jesus, you get Wheeler after he takes the pin, try to leave, and honestly, the spot of the night was Moxley coming in like, dude, you lost. Get your ass.
With a black eye, mind you.
Yes.
Takeshita beat his ass.
Yeah, he's like, look, I got my ass kicked. Fine, whatever. You lost the damn match. Get your ass in there. Accountability. It's like a dad who's just like, no, you made your bed, now go lay in it. And then he's in there and he's getting shaved. Mina gets the first snip, which was nice. That was a nice little revenge there. Tony's having a ball. They give the clippers to Luther as well. And you just have John just sitting over there like, my fucking idiot son over here. Like, Jesus Christ.
You got Marina Shafir holding his hand like, my knight, it's okay. We're going to get, like, this was, how can I say it? No, this was sports entertainment. This was some carny shit, complimentary. And I lived for every moment of it. Because at the end of the day, It's kind of like when the pirates are like, we're not going to rob these people. And some pirates think they're joking. And the rest of the pirates march you back into town to return the people's stuff that you said they're not going to rob. And now it's awkward because like, yo, I thought we were pirates. I thought that's what we do. Hey, why am I having to be the guy who really gets shaved? Why can't I leave? Because I would leave. You're not shaving my head, but not if Moxley's your boss. And to be fair, I'd rather get my head shaved if I was Yuta, because I definitely remember Claudio Castagnoli beating you up for free, just punching you in the stomach. So, hey, this is not the worst punishment you've had. I've seen worse, okay? So
Mox wants him to be bald like him. Now, can we get Yuta to shave the beard to look exactly like Moxley's, and then they just both walk in like looking like
he does need to
take
do
your kid to
something
work
about the
day.
beard.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the beard is very unkept.
Yeah. John was laughing. Everybody was laughing. Wheeler was laughing at certain points. All right.
He was trying to keep a straight face. It was terrible.
That man was fighting for his life out there. Especially when Toni's getting and just really getting into it and she's shit talking him. She's shaving like Jesus.
Making snow angels in his hair was diabolical.
She's crazy. Orion Ben 666. Yuta without hair will be the one to kill Mox. I don't know. Maybe.
And Daniel Garcia's in his back in his ear being the battery. You gonna let that man shave you? That's how you gonna do it? That's how you gonna do it?
God, is Garcia the only one with hair now?
No, Marina? Pac has hair.
Oh, Pac, right.
Pac got the schoolboy going on.
Yeah, but he did cut it. He did cut it. It ain't long. Ain't nobody got long hair anymore outside of Marina.
Nobody.
Sure. Nobody. It's done. It's over with. Let's see, just checking to make sure. Yep. All right, we're good. We get your super chats in, guys. Get your humper chats in. Guaranteed way to get your comment read on the air before we get out of here. We got 2 matches left.
Really? This post show went by fast, but so did the Grand Slam because it was good.
Well, these last 2 matches took up the final hour of the show. You had Kyle Fletcher, Mark Briscoe, Game 7, ladder match for the TNT Championship. These men are insane.
Yeah, no way.
These 2 are insane, and it started with Briscoe literally getting torpedoed head first into a ladder. And this man was bust 3 minutes into the match? This man's bleeding all over the place. I'm like, Cresta's loving every second of this.
Brother.
You get later, he gets power bombed through I think the same ladder, snaps that in half. These 2 end up on top of a ladder or on top of the turnbuckle. You got people chanting, "Don't die." You're getting "Please don't die" chants, which was followed by a J Driller through a ladder that also snapped. And then the mother effing brain buster off the top of the ladder. These men are insane. These men are insane. But that was a picture perfect brainbuster off the top. If you know what to watch for, you know Kyle Fletcher took care of Mark Briscoe. Briscoe did what he needed to do, tucked his head at the right moment. But I can't imagine. First off, I hate heights, right?
Yes.
So hate heights. I can barely climb a ladder if I need to clean out my gutters. I can't imagine being in the position of Mark Briscoe where you are at the top of a ladder, you are 20 feet in the air, and you are inverted, and you are literally looking at the ground as you start to fall. Insane. This man is insane. This match was phenomenal.
I have disgusting notes because I was disgusted. Compliment. This was disgusting, but I agree with you. But also, I mean this in the most complimentary way. Please don't try to fight me, Mark Briscoe, because I'm scared of you and all of your family. Okay. But look at the way Mark Briscoe looks. He looks like a man that cares about safety. Him and Darby Allin don't care about no OSHA violations. I don't hear no damn bell. This match was gross. Every time I think I want to be a professional wrestler, I see people like Kyle Fletcher and Mark Briscoe do stuff. And I'll be like, you know what? You guys have a good day. I just want to talk. I just want to yap, as it turns out. I just want to talk. The brain buster from the top of the ladder down to the ring where he picked Mark Briscoe up and over one rung. Prison time, bro. There's no way. Mark Briscoe popping up just to be like, it's like happy Valentine's Day. You know what I mean? Nothing says I love you more than making you bleed out the top of your head. And Mark Briscoe was bleeding buckets. I will say, I actually kind of anticipated Tommaso Ciampa running interference with the story he's been physically telling with his obsession with Goldie, in this case Goldie being the AEW TNT Championship. So I low-key kind of expected Tommaso Ciampa to interfere. Where that went, I don't know, but that's what I was expecting. I was pleased that it was clean. I just don't know if this is the end. There's a best of 7. They wash their hands clean. They have an amazing chemistry.
Gotta be. You go straight from the no DQ right into this ladder match. Like, I just don't know. A game 7 to me is final.
The end. It's the end. It's done. I don't see anything else left for these guys to do, to be honest with you. I think their chemistry is amazing. I want them to wrestle all the time, but storyline wise, I think we got all the juice off the fruit this time. We can come back in a couple of months.
Yeah, or a couple of years, whatever it needs to be. But yeah, there's no shortage of people for Kyle Fletcher to work with, particularly Tommaso Ciampa again, because after that match on Wednesday, you can run that shit back now. Like,
yes,
right now I'm dog ass tired. I'd watch that right now. For those of you who didn't see it, they didn't air it, but he did unveil a pink TNT Championship belt for his hometown crowd. So that was pretty nice. Can't help but think that maybe, and I understand MJF and Brody closing the show. Can't help but think maybe this should have been the final moment for this particular show tonight, is having Fletcher win in his hometown, unveil the pink TNT Championship. I feel like that probably should have been the closing, especially because it feels like at the end of this, fans were kind of spent.
Yeah,
a little exhausted.
I do think that there is a sense to, or there's a point to be made about maybe opening a show with your hometown hero, Harley Cameron, and then closing a show with your hometown hero, especially if they're both going to win. I don't think anything would have been lost considering the way that the Brody King MJF match shook out, if it went on second to last or if it went on second. And again, this isn't a pay-per-view, but I do agree with you there. The way that this match ended, the way that they kind of panned to him very long towards the end of this match, that should have been your ending shot. Him covered in blood, holding up the title. Australia, I don't know what the Australian national anthem is besides Aussie. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, that would be a cool shot, but I understand because MJF is your champion. And if you're the champion, you either go on first or you go on last. And that's for pay-per-views and regular.
Hindsight being 2020, I would have opened with MJF and Brody. But again, that's hindsight. That's with the benefit of hindsight. I would have opened with MJF and Brody, and then you could have done a reverse, right? You have Hangman beat MJF or Andrade later in the show, and you could have MJF come out and you could still do their brief face-to-face, and you could still have Hangman punk him out if you really wanted to. That does bring us to our main event. MJF does defeat Brody King to retain his AEW Men's World Championship. And if you missed it, there were more fuck ice chants, which to me, that signifies they're not going away anytime soon. I think if Brody is going to be on TV, this is it. They're only going to get louder. They're only going to get more prominent. They had a chance, if there was any kind of concern, for these things to die off in Australia. The fact that they are continuing in a foreign country,
yikes.
Yeah, I think they're going to continue. I think they're just going to keep continuing as long as he is going to be on television.
I mean, that's the sentiment, though. Go ahead with this, and I'll jump in with what I want to tell you about the Olympics.
Yes, good on AEW for not editing the F ice chants out. Chad enjoys sailing, said. Thank you very much, Chad. Yes, Olympics.
I will say this. Allegedly, apparently, those people, the Stone Cold people, but not the Stone Cold people, they were out there to cover the people in the Olympics in Milan, and the Italians aren't having it. The Italians are not having it. So I say that to say that, like, yeah, I guess. We're on American soil. Shut up, Americans. Well, you ain't gonna tell the Australians nothing. I'm sorry. What are you gonna tell me? I'm an Australian. I'm gonna say what I want. But also, Sean came on here earlier and debunked that WB had anything to do with it.
Yeah.
That being said, now I think it's become a butterfly effect. So even if the chants were going to die, the fact that we think that you guys wanted to silence it, wrestling fans are trolls. If you tell me no, I'm going to do it more.
Yeah. And honestly, AEW is getting national coverage from like CNN and NBC and
not for sex pest reasons. So
yeah, they're fine with it. I'm telling you. I haven't talked to Tony about it personally. I'm sure he's fine with it. We had C. Delgado say Brody would make a good national champion. Brody would make a great singles champion. Pick one of the four.
Yeah.
Pick one of the four. He would be great for this. Can I just say that Max is absolutely hilarious when he's getting his ass kicked?
His selling, I be wanting to hate him. I'm like, he's boring. He's this. And then when he has a match like this, I'm like, yo, get this man his money. He's too much. Give this man his money. He's earned every penny.
And this is where the tired crowd actually really came in handy, because it's like he gets picked up out of the corner for the press slam, and he gives like a giant oh shit as soon as he's picked up in the air. Then he does it again on the back body drop. He starts screaming, oh God, on the lariat attempt where Brody just doesn't budge. And he's like, my arm, he's like, he is the way he sells, the way he really put over Brody in this match. One was hilarious, but two is just top notch storytelling that MJF excels at when he does his matches.
Man, again, I be wanting to give it like, I need him to do something else. But when he does this, it's all the things we liked about Shawn Michaels selling Hulk Hogan. It was all the good things. It was just enough over the top where it was like, yo, Maxwell, just die right quick so I can cheer for you after this. I just need you to die. That air raid crash that Brody did to him on the apron, I would not. Man, the way I would get up and be like, you know what? You got the title. I never want to wrestle again. Grand opening, grand closing. This is terrible. Grand slam.
What about the Death Valley driver onto the steel chair into the freaking apron? Oh,
how many times did Brody King kill MJF tonight? Death Valley driver.
I don't know.
Driver. Blue Thunderbound.
I was genuinely surprised that they had MJF kick out of the Gonzo bomb in this matchup. Like, I thought that this man was out. I'm like, okay, what is going to happen? That like, I don't know if him kicking out makes him look really good, because he got his ass kicked 10 days ago on Dynamite and got pinned with a Gonzo bomb. So him kicking out, that's like makes MJF look really, really strong in that. And it goes into what he said after he lost to Brody. He was like, hey, when the title's on the line, when my back is against the corner, that's when I shine. That's when I'm the most dangerous. That's when I dig down deep. So that really worked. I don't know if I would have done that. Maybe I would have done put the foot on the rope, put the finger on the rope, whatever it is, just to kind of keep putting over the fact that, hey, Brody's that dude, and Brody had the title won, but he just got the foot. I'm nitpicking at this point because, again, I think this match was really well done. Everything from the opening part where MJF is powdering out to the outside just because he wants to make sure he's not beaten inside of like a minute and a half again, right? And just trying to play the psychological warfare, attacking the leg after Brody got it hurt. Like, everything that they did in this match made sense. And finally, MJF, after giving him the tombstone on the apron, is finally able to put him away with the heat seeker. He didn't walk away with the title tonight, but the past several weeks for Brody King has just put him on a completely different level.
Oh, absolutely. And I will say that AEW is doing what I feel like they did like 2 years ago, where and not AEW, TNA had this problem a little while ago too. There's a lot of guys at the top for the title. Viably so. It could be Brody King, Hangman Page, Kenny Omega. It could be anybody. It could be someone it could be Takeshita, it could be Moxley. It could be literally anybody. And there's a lot of people at the top. And Brody King, after tonight, has completely cemented himself.
Sure.
I just want at some point a TNT title run and not an afterthought title run or an international something. Because I think Brody King has a look. He's sick. Like this guy, just everything about him. And he's the type of person, just the way he talks. You could strap that guy could be the standard bearer for your company. He could be, but I could say that about many of men and women in AEW. So I think to me, the next natural thing is give him a title. Let's see what's up. Maybe not the TNT title because there's a lot of bald people fighting for that right now.
I'd have him beat Okada.
I would too. I would have him beat Okada because right now I think that besides doing mind tricks on Kyle Fletcher, the next progression for the Don Callis family is Don Callis family and then Don Callis family Pink Pack. So
after the match was over, we get Hangman Adam Page coming down. He's got the contract in his hand. So we get kind of a reverse of what happened the last time that we saw these two squaring down for the championship. He signs it, throws it down on the ground, and then just completely punks out MJF. Like, pretty much pulled the Cresta, and he fell right on his ass. And that's the closing moment of the show. Again, it was kind of quiet. And it's one of those moments where I'm just like, because the crowd didn't really pop for the finish either. And I'm just like, oh, they're spent.
Oh, yeah.
The crowd was absolutely spent by the end of this. So again, hindsight being 2020, maybe it peaked emotionally with the crowd at Kyle Fletcher, and it was kind of difficult for MJF and Brody to get them kind of back into it. Not a knock on their performance at all. I thought this match was really good.
And that's something that AEW has to find a way to balance. With AEW, all gas, no brakes. That's cool, but you can't be shaking the whole time. It's like, damn, maybe some breaks. I'm tired. I'm sweating.
Even the audience has some breaks.
We need some breaks. Everything was great, but the curse of greatness. Oh no, stop. Lobster too buttery, steak too juicy, but high cholesterol is a thing. So maybe your lobster is too buttery.
We did have Bandito come down. There was a point where MJF had the sleeper hold in. Brody's fading, and then you get Bandito running down going, no, stay in it. You can do this. You can do it. The other Mikey V says Bandito is a cheat code. He just came out to cheer for his bro, and I bought in completely.
I did too.
Brody King is a special kind of big man. Vader vibes. Belt this man as quickly as you can. As quickly as you can. Like that was one of my biggest complaints about the House of Black. I'm just sitting there and I'm like, can we do something with any of these three dudes as far as singles competitors, whether it was formerly known as Malachi, whether it's Buddy. Hopefully Buddy's able to come back soon because I know he's still dealing with the ankle problem. But, man, I'm just looking at Brody that whole time. I'm like, this dude should be murdering people. Agreed.
Like, not to quote MJF again, it's like, listen, guys that look like you know, hey, liberal, hey, this guy's a monster. He's so intimidating. Like, I don't know. Do for Brody King what you do for Megan Bayne. Just have him beat people up. Come on, dogs.
Thank you guys so much. I know we went a little short tonight, but I've been working since 3 a.m. I'm ready for bed. Cresta, where can people find your stuff?
Happy Valentine's Day, y'all. Thank you so much for being here. You're fantastic. You can find me anywhere you can type on the internet. Cresta Star, CRESTA Your girl does investigations. I talk about wrestling with you, and I'm a game writer. I can't tell you what game because it hasn't come out yet, but I can tell you for the company. If you ever played the game, what's the name of this game? Oh my god, I'm the worst. Change my mind. Sorry. If you ever play Change Your Mind, it's from that same company. And when it comes out, I can't wait to share it with you guys. You guys are fantastic. Thank you for staying up late. Your butt looks nice. Hope you find $20 on the floor. And did you guys know that Riccicino is an award-winning? I made that up, but he won the Cresta Star Award. And Becky Lynch quotes him all the time. So you've got to be an award-winning something.
Well, no, that's SP3 she keeps quoting, but I digress. You can follow me on on X at Riccicino. I'm tired. I don't have anything to plug this week. I haven't talked to anybody in a week. That'll change soon, though. We'll see you guys next Saturday. Like, share, subscribe to Fightful Select, all that good stuff. See you guys.
Happy Valentine's Day.